Good afternoon. I'm going to show you today how to use Cisco Packet Tracer with Activity 3.3.4.3's setup to explore internet working devices. Pretty much we're just going to learn how to connect all of these various devices and make them talk to each other. First, we're going to look at router 0 here. You're going to want to click it, and my packet tracer is very slow, so I'll have to be patient with it. You look in your physical, and this will show you what is currently on the system. These modules, this is a module, are things that you can add to your computer, or to this router. So right now these two are fiber. These are serial. This one is a AM. It's basic telephone line. The CE is the Ethernet. CFE is fast Ethernet. So this would be for the copper straight through. CGE is the gigabit Ethernet. FFE, this is the it is fast Ethernet, but it's for fiber media. FGE, it's the gigabit Ethernet, which is fast media, or this one actually provides gigabit Ethernet copper connectivity for access routers. IS is the serial. SS is another type. Okay, so we've got quite a little configuration here that we are eligible to use on router 0. And now we're going to look at our access point. Okay, we have an Ethernet that is available. There's an Ethernet port. There's the CFE, which is fast Ethernet, the gigabit Ethernet. So this has a lot of the same things. And now we look at router 1. Okay, this is the one that's going to need the most work. This is where we're going to have to configure this router. The modules that are available is here. This first one gives you 4 switching ports. These are WAN interface cards, which, if you remember, I haven't talked about yet for our other machines. The basic telephone service connections. One of the router 0, we could connect through that, but the access point did not have phone, so this would not work. ENET, here's a 10 megabytes per second Ethernet card. Okay, this might be important. There's a serial connection. Now you notice there's only one there, and we've got numerous devices that are going to be getting connected to router 1. So if we put a serial connection here, we're not going to have enough space. So it's something I'll have to watch real careful. So we could use it, but I just don't think it'd be a good idea. Here, this one has 2 dual RJ11, which are basic telephone. The T is that a bunch. It's a serial network module. It's got a bunch of different little ones on there. And then this is the basic cover, which we're not going to use. Okay, so the easiest thing we could do here is we're going to click into router 0, which was the first router we looked at. Okay, so router 0. When you are customizing these, you always have to turn off the power. And now we're going to look at them. If you notice, we had the CFE, the Fast Ethernet, and we had CGE. Okay, since we could do the CGE, we're just going to do just a basic CFE. Okay, you have to remember to turn it on. Now you have to wait for like a count of 10. Reason being, we just powered this thing on, just like any computer is going to need a second. We got our router up. Okay, we can look at our configurations. Okay, we didn't do the gigabit of Ethernet, we did Fast Ethernet. And I'm going to just make sure that these are all clicked on. Okay, so router 0 should be done. Okay, down here this will be really easy to do. We have 2 computers and another router, which we all know they'll use the Ethernet. So we're going to, first we're going to turn off the computer, or the router. We're going to use one of these 4E SW switching ports, because that'll give us a huge chunk of connectivity. The other thing that we will want to do is this other Ethernet, a 10 megabytes per second Ethernet interface, just to have a little bit more space. Again, you're going to turn it on, and I'll show you what will happen if you try to configure it. Okay, just like in real life, you would get a warning saying, hey, wait a minute, I'm not turned on yet. Okay, this one you have to do a little bit more work with. We want to turn everything on. And pretty much what we're doing here is turning on ports. Because if you do not turn on the port, the 2 ports can't talk to each other. So we're clicking, we're coming down. I'm going to click this last one. And now he should be up. The only thing we have left is our access point. And now it should be okay, because it's already turned on here. So, it's all set up. Okay, the reason on router 1 we use the LAN port is because our access point here, we want to do the LAN. So we're going to actually do some connections here. See what it likes about this. Port 0 to the router, which will be our basic Ethernet. And if we've done this right, the 2 will turn green. And they're not, so something is happening. So the Ethernet is on. Okay, so our cabling must be wrong. Okay, so we got that done. So let's just try copper. There we go. It likes our copper straight through. Sorry. Copper crossover. Okay, we're going to do some more copper crossover from router 0 to fast Ethernet, and we've got green lights. Just be aware that your green lights can take time to set up. So we're just connecting right down the list of ports. Don't skip ports. Don't do anything fancy. Just your router should be one of the first ones you connect. Your access point too. Remember, you need a multi-port switch module when you make these router 1s. And we're just letting it cycle through, see if it's waking up, and bam, it is done. And so we have explored and built a small network. I hope that helps you.